Hello. Today marks the 100th anniversary of Father Flanagan's Boys Town. On this day, in 1917, an Irish priest pushed open the doors of a boarding house on Dodge Street in Omaha and welcomed a group of boys to safety. They were orphans and outcasts of different races and religious backgrounds. Those differences didn't matter in Father Flanagan's home for boys. To me, they are all God's children, Flanagan said. I must protect them to the best of my ability. By spring, he was taking care of 100 boys. He ran the house from donation to donation, teaching the boys academics and trades, and focused on providing a loving place for them to heal, as well as learn skills for productive lives and healthy families. Nebraskans sent in money, farmers donated food, and local women volunteered to help cook and clean. Everyday Nebraskans pitched in to help. Father Flanagan's Home for Boys was never just a children's shelter, though. From that first house on Dodge Street, he was implementing a vision for a revolutionary rehabilitative and childcare program that 100 years later is still helping, healing, and restoring kids around the world. That's Father Flanagan for you. He refused to give up on people. When he opened Boys Town, there were only two options, really, for boys who ran into trouble: workhouses or the streets. They were troublemakers and rabble-rousers, little criminals, people thought. The state option for boys was inhumane. Conditions were so terrible in the workhouses that kids sometimes committed suicide. Father Flanagan was determined to provide something better. So he founded his Home for Boys, where he helped boys turn their lives around. His system was focused on a warm, supportive family setting: food, clothing, and shelter, medical help and counseling, and job training and education. That's Nebraska for you. We see a need and we get involved. But back to Father Flanagan. He cared about the whole person, no matter their background. It's interesting. Part of Boys Town's program was, and still is, daily prayer. But Father Flanagan wanted to leave room for the boys to also wrestle through some of those big theological questions themselves. He wanted them to be building strong spiritual lives for themselves. And while Father Flanagan didn't hide his Christian faith and beliefs, he didn't want the boys' home to have a strictly sectarian vision. That care was pretty revolutionary for the time. We're talking about housing together black and white, Protestant and Catholic and Jewish, and housing kids that most people pegged as just pure trouble. When the boys' home moved out to their present-day 900-acre campus outside of Omaha, well, then outside of Omaha, now in the middle of West Omaha, Father Flanagan shocked people even more when he refused to build fences or gates around the property. He said, "This is a home. You don't wall in members of your family." Father lived until 1948, but his vision for care continues, in part because his heart for service still beats and continues today at Boys Town. Father Stephen Bays, today's president of Boys Town, said, "I'm immensely honored by our employees' personal dedication to our mission and their commitment to the children and families we serve. In celebration of our 100th year, I believe Father Flanagan would be proud of his Boys Town family." Close quote. Thanks to Boys Town, thousands of children are living happy, healthy lives today. The village outside Omaha sees about 300 kids every week, girls and boys who are placed in family units led by a couple who acts as a house mom and house dad. They cook together, pray together, and celebrate holidays and kids' achievements together. All told, through its programs, research hospital, and direct youth care services across the country, Boys Town serves more than 15,000 kids each year. It's one of America's biggest child and family service organizations. This 100th anniversary, there is so much more to say about Boys Town, and I highly recommend you plan a visit to the Hall of History outside Omaha, or break out the popcorn for the Academy Award-winning film Boys Town with Spencer Tracy and Mickey Rooney. Today, we're grateful for Father Flanagan, a man with heart and a vision to turn orphans and the homeless into a family. A man who saw hope and possibility and transformation where so many other people just saw trouble. A man who saw the desolate and the outcast as God's precious children. That's a spirit of hope and transformation we're proud to claim in this state. May Boys Town continue to flourish for its next 100 years and inspire us all today and tomorrow.